Wildcats hosting the Firebirds of Fairmont. It's the All-State Hometown High School football game of the week, and it's brought to you, of course, by Jim Twiggs. And Gary and I were talking here off the air, and when you don't pass much, the clock never stops, and that was about a 12-minute first quarter, literally 12 minutes.
And that's exactly what Fairmont wanted to do. They wanted to run down that play clock down to 6-7 seconds, and that really worked well for them. The thing that for Fairmont, the gutsiest thing was the fake field goal, and that put them in great shape to have that scoring drive. And when you got a running back like Jesse DeGlow, you can't mess around not stopping him.
Boy, and he is good, too. When he sees that opening, he's just right through. I've been surprised that Michael Brown-Stevens playing as much quarterback as he's been playing, as they are running the football. No thought at all about passing it, as Smoot and Tolliver will be in the backfield. Down at the bottom of your screen, split out, is Jalen Minnie. And that's it. Boy, that was a snap that they didn't look like they knew it was coming. With the football, heading to the far side of the field, got the first down, got the 45, and goes out of bounds. And running that football was Raheem Moss. So he's back into the ball game.
Now watch what happens. He rolls to the right, he sees the defenders have got his receiver, and then he comes out, and he's got to be careful here. You don't want to be pointing this football right there. You don't want to be tempting there because you might be getting a flag for taunting there. Just be careful, tuck it, and go out of bounds.
But the defender has a tough time forgetting something like that, too. So you're just inviting more. Top of the screen, and top of the screen also in the slot. Same way on the bottom.
And then they just lost that yardage.
Well, they sure did.
5 yards coming back. Illegal procedure. Yeah. There's your call from Roger Smith.
I'm trying to remember. Was that two men in motion at the same time? Ball back at the 50-yard line.
And I think it was exactly right, Lee.
They have to get it down to the 35. First down, 15. Moss calling the signals. Coming in motion to the near side. Motion man does not get the football. Moss keeps it. Trying to find the corner. Gets a bit of it. Boy, he just shot through there. Nice play by Moss, who gets it down to about the 41-yard line.
Now watch him roll to the right here. Man in motion, fakes the handoff. He's your lead blocker now. He follows him around the corner, and coming up is going to be coming right here, and Ryan Hall is in the way and basically is the one that stops him. And, of course, also coming in there is Marquise Williams for Fairmont. And we got a hurt injury on the field. We don't like to see that. Moss is holding his right hand. That's not a good sign right now. And they have the trainers. He dropped on the ground.
And don't forget our Springfield senior soccer standout is Anne Marie Turner. Anne Marie is graduating from Springfield High School soccer program as the school's all-time leading scorer with 30 goals. Anne Marie has a 3.99 GPA and plans to attend Wittenberg to study psychology and sociology and is planning a future in law enforcement. And she's a member of the National Honor Society and Young Life and would like to thank her coaches, friends, teammates, and family for years of support and encouragement. She is our Student Athlete of the Week, brought to you by International Harvester Credit Union.
And it was kind of sad to see all the seniors coming out with that storm coming down. And, of course, she was one of them being escorted. And the trainers and the coaches are checking out his right hand.
Is that what it is?
And he's moving his fingers, which is great. But unless somebody just fell on it, it didn't look like he was had landed in an awkward way. But he's getting up. He's getting a hand up by that hand, so that's a good sign.
Well, and Gary,
he already has that little tape there around his wrist, so it could be something that he just aggravated.
It may have very well hit a helmet as he was coming across here, too. All right. Fairmont done talking to their coaching staff, as is Springfield. And back out at quarterback will be Michael Brown-Stevens. Now, he has played a lot of quarterback here in this second quarter. In the backfield, three backs. Stevens hands it off, and not being able to pick up much. He was just trying to hunt and peck his way to the offensive line of scrimmage, was Trayvon Smoot. And Smoot is not going to get much of anything. As a matter of fact, may even lose a yard.
Well, he had to get over a mountain there. That's Isaac Bennett. And he's an offensive lineman, folks, 6'5", 35. So
holy moly!
that was there was no room to. You can't jump over that.
Or go around it. And am I seeing right? Yes, back in the lineup is Raheem Moss. Glad to see that. Is standing next to him in the backfield will be Smoot.
Well, he dropped to the ground. That's what had me worried.
Yeah, he did.
It was like, oh, this is not good.
But he may have got one of those deals to where you get hit on the elbow.
See, his wrist is already taped. Whether it's something that it could have been like the funny bone type thing. But let's see what he does on this play, and if he passes, we'll know he's in pretty good shape.
Wing to the left side, wingman coming in motion.
There he's going to pass.
Taking the handoff. Moss looking, and he finds himself, almost got away. Now he goes back and is being chased. Heads back. He's
get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Got to get rid of the football. Big man chasing him as Moss is all over the place. The defender's probably huffing and puffing real good, and he gets smacked down right at the original line of scrimmage, the 45-yard line.
He ran for 60.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to remember if you're a quarterback. Get rid of it right now, because you're asking for a holding, a block in the back, a big penalty, and also an injury to you when somebody backsides you and comes across and gets you. So, see there, he got hit out of bounds.
Good.
So if you get rid of that ball, you kind of save your body for the next play.
4th down and 9. Would you, Gary, or would you boot it?
I would boot it. I would pin that back, especially when you have to glow. Don't give him a short field. But they're not messing around with that. They're going for it.
Look at the receivers to the top of the screen, folks. There are 4 of them out there.
Man, they're going to give him a half field if they don't get this.
And I think they keep looking over to the sidelines. 17 seconds.
6 seconds. You're exactly right. 17.
And they're just going to kind of take their time. Probably get that timeout in as they try to draw Fairmont off sides.
Won't matter. It's not enough for the first.
There's the snap, Gary. Here it is. Looking down the middle. Got Stevens.
He tipped it and
almost caught.
Oh, my goodness.
Who had that football? It was
C.J. McDavid had it.
I thought it was
Moses.
Douglas.
Yeah, Moses had it.
Moses.
Watch it tip right out of him. It's not to him. He has the tip, and it's right there on his fingertips, and it's just right through his fingertips. What a nice close attempt, but look what happens. There it is now. Lays it out. It's short initially, tipped by Fairmont, and then right up in the air, and it's like,
that was a touchdown.
It's like, oh my gosh.
That was a touchdown. As Michael Brown-Stevens was like triple teamed, I think, and everybody knocked the ball away, and there was Moses Douglas, and just could not come down with the ball at the 44-yard line of Fairmont. Another great field position for them. Miller calling out the signals, handing it out over that left side, and not really going to pick up a whole lot of yardage there, maybe a yard, if that. And the ball carrier on that was Aaron Jackson with 423 yards for the season.
Tavion Gilbreth in on that tackle.
Let's see, about a yard, maybe a yard and a half the most. 2nd down, and we'll call it 9 to go. Is the ball just over the 45-yard line.
9 minutes to go here.
Trying to head out of bounds, and then he just goes over and gets set up as a pass receiver, and that was Garrett Danielson for Fairmont. Man heading in motion. Give the handoff to DeGlow, and DeGlow's not going to go anywhere.
That was a real good defensive stand, and coming up with a big hit for Springfield was Moses Douglas, and he really wants that ball back because he had a really good shot at the touchdown.
Yes.
Now Moses is going down. He's going to go to play some football, 6'3", 202, so he probably go down to where Daddy went.
Daddy went, yeah. Michael Brown-Stevenson is going to go to he's going to be a Gopher in the Big Ten, University of Minnesota. As the play clock down to 14, and Fairmont in no big hurry. They got the 7-0 lead, 8-13. That's all we got left in the first half.
And that's what they did in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And they made that time work. Let's see if they get down right down
it's
to
1 second, and did they get a timeout?
And they got a timeout. There's the official.
Okay, they must have called it from the sideline. And don't forget, we've got our throw for dough that is going to be coming up. Brought to you by Security National Bank. Got the participants all picked out. Amy Haskins for Fairmont, and Asia Mays will be trying to throw it through that throw for dough banner for the Springfield Wildcats. We've had 3 times this year, haven't we?
Yeah, we've had some that were really close, and a couple that missed the target, but were over the target. But some of those girls have, if we moved it back another 10 yards, they would have hit that target.
A couple would have got, you're right.
Yeah, they had some pretty good arms on them throwing there. So Asia Mays is going to be going down there.
And well, most of these cheerleaders, you can see them practicing on the sidelines. And, I mean, they got the follow-through and everything. All right, what do we got here, Gary? 3rd down, 7 yards to go. The ball is at the 47-yard line.
Not the night to have a tuba, as we just saw there on the camera there. It's going to be filling up with water here. But you might have fish in that tuba by the time this is over. But
man drowns at Evans Stadium blowing on his tuba.
3rd down, and by now they should have a play coming up here. They should probably get this off because the clock is not going to roll until that ball snaps. So,
but the play clock itself is down to 17.
Yeah.
What they talk about?
They just had a timeout, okay?
What they talk about?
Happens every time.
Everybody in tight. Thompson in motion, then gets set up. Big 3rd down play. Fake pitch to DeGlow and trying to run the football.
He's sacked.
What a nice
face mask.
I think we got a face mask on C.J. McDavid. That really hurts.
And he is in. He's hurting. He's going down on the ground, or else he is just. Watch what happens here. Here's the replay. Quarterback tries to roll right, and he's on a bead as McDavid. McDavid comes in. He has him by the.
Oh, got him right there. He got him.
But I don't think that was a full 15 yards. I think it was an incidental. Let's see what happens here.
Well, if it is incidental, they're going to have to.
Well, there's
play
an injured. Actually, not an injured player. I think he's just tying his shoe.
His shoestring was injured.
Now let's see if it's 5 yards, because that was probably what it would be.
Well, McDavid's still down there. They're tending to him. Back at about the 45. We still haven't seen it. Okay, here they're marking it off. This is going to be a big one.
Yep. Personal foul. 15 yards. I'm not so sure about that call, folks. He had his hand on it. I see that, but he took it right off.
It didn't like he yanked him down.
Because he spun around. He spun around. He's trying to grab, shoulder pad, but.
Nonetheless, a great defensive play by McDavid.
Yep.
It really, really was.
And again, you hate to say it in hindsight, that's why you go ahead and hit a player low.
Yeah.
And you kind of avoid that, but that's neither
that's
here nor there right now. So.
But that's something he really couldn't do because he was sweeping and you had to grab for anything you could get a hold of.
And he was the only one out there.
Yeah. All right, going to bring up 1st down. Now it's down into Springfield territory. Ball at the 43-yard line.
What you don't want to do, Lee, is get into catch-up here with Fairmont because it didn't go well for the boys down south in Kettering as well, that Alter team. They couldn't get back because DeGlow just took it to them and ran up the score, and it's a little hard to get back when you're, especially in weather like this.
Yeah. 7:42 remaining in this 1st half, and it's been a quickie. As getting up underneath center will be Braden Miller. Got wings on each side. DeGlow just in behind the quarterback, Miller. As the ball is at the 43-yard line. 1st down, 10 yards to go as Miller keeps it, heads up the middle, and maybe a yard? Maybe.
If that coming up with that tackle is Ross Sherrock. He's played pretty well tonight. We've called his number. Ross Sherrock is number 21. He's 5'10", 200-pound junior.
2nd down and got 2 yards. 2nd down and 8 yards to go. As Fairmont not in any big hurry. And you know what? They've got the 7-0 lead. And if you go that way all the way through the ball game, 7-0 gets you another win.
And they desperately need it. Both of these teams really need it.
Oh, they do. Of course, Springfield, to make sure they keep that home
there
field.
There goes DeGlow.
Look
at him burst through there.
He hit that hole so hard and did kind of a stutter step and takes it all the way down to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, this is some running back. Watch this. Watch his acceleration. You can't even see it.
Yes.
The cameras have a hard time keeping up with him because he's that fast. Finally brought down there, and making that tackle is going to be Stinnett.
Ball is at the 32 is where they're going to mark it. He needed 8, picked up 9 on it. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Clock rolls, 6:28 remaining in the 1st half. And the team in white right there with the football, they've got the lead. You don't want to let them get too far out in front of you. DeGlow with the football, this time over the left side as he keeps rocking and rolling all the way down to the 25-yard line. He's going to pick him up a good 7 yards on the play.
Gibson in on that tackle, number 75.
Second down, 3 yards to go for
watch.
the first down.
He goes and explodes right left, misses one tackle, and then he's in the arms. Noah, 2 tackles he broke.
Yeah.
Finally brought down by Gibson, and that's how fast he is. I mean, you
But
got to stop DeGlow in the backfield before he gets going, and
Yes,
so
you do.
far Springfield's done a pretty good job of it.
except the last couple plays, and he's picked up a lot of yardage. Second down and 3. He got those 7 right there, so in 2 plays he's picked up 16 yards. DeGlow gets it again, tries over that right side. Missed tackle after missed tackle, and he finally gets inside the 20, down to about the 19-yard line. That's going to be plenty for the first down.
Moses Douglas in on that tackle towards the end of this play. Here it is coming right at you. DeGlow hits that hole, almost fumbled. You see him bobble that. Came up, and then he's tagged down by Moses Douglas. And the ball is at the 18-yard line, Lee, and 19-yard line.
19-yard line. Got to be frustrating for the defense because they have him wrapped up, and he just runs right through it.
Don't want to go in the locker room down 14 points.
Nope.
DeGlow on the
with
outside.
it, he just keeps bouncing to the outside.
There's just no answer, Lee.
No, because he keeps bouncing off of people, keeps those legs moving. Gets it down inside the 15, down to, what are they going to mark it at, about the 13-yard line? So it's going to bring up second down and about 4 to go for the first down.
Need a big stop here and see if they do have to go for a field goal. Going into the locker room 10-0 would be a lot better than down 14. But Springfield can throw the ball, and maybe later on this
That's
second
the
half
key, Gary.
that rain
Yes.
might die down a little bit. It looks like it is a little bit less rain than it was. We'll see what happens here.
Waiting for that snap from center. Miller up underneath.
He keeps it.
Yeah, he keeps the football, tries to head upfield. He's
Doesn't
gonna
get
be,
it.
Now he has to get to the 10. Where'd he go, to the 11?
Yeah, that making
Maybe.
that tackle again is Stinnett.
Yeah, he's playing a whale of a ball game so far for the Wildcats. Third down, and well, they're going to call it a yard. I don't think it's that much.
Any guesses who gets this ball?
Yeah, guess.
Check 21, right dead center in your backfield.
Well, DeGlow and Miller, they can both run the football very, very well.
Look at that hole right over the center. There's a huge hole, and they jumped. Springfield
did?
jumped, shot themselves in the foot there.
Yeah, that's the second time, Gary. That's the
Exxon,
second time.
Exxon is just shaking his head, number 52, saying, what? And I'm not so sure he did, but that's just, you can't have that. And Coach Mo Douglas, his big word is execute and discipline, and that's not happening right there.
Discipline is the key. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You got to wait till that ball moves before you move. So the ball's going to be at the 5-yard line when we resume action. And, here we go. All right. Instagram is our target site. Facebook and Twitter. I finally got it right. If you want to keep updated, get connected, local TV for me, go to www.localtvforme.com. Got community events, sports stories, and the scores, and the contests, and the videos. That's Facebook, Instagram, I finally got it right, and Twitter.
I have my little teleprompter here, and I wanted to show it with a stick with that little, what's that little dot on top of the Instagram? If it was a target, it would be right in the center. Springfield's talking it over here on the sideline, saying, guys, we cannot go into this locker room. We had a great game last week, and we pulled it out in overtime. But we don't want to go there now as we get set for the tournament. You don't want to be getting people hurt. You can go ahead and take care of business right here. They did a pretty good job defensively on the line, but somebody's got to be eyeballing DeGlow the rest of this game.
Well, see, every team, I don't care who you are, goes through a spell where they're not playing like they have at the first part of the year, and that's not good heading to the playoffs.
You can't do that under Coach Mo Douglas either.
No. All right, Braden Miller will get up underneath center. Starting in motion, then settling in is DeGlow. DeGlow heads the other way. They hand it off straight up the middle, and
that wasn't DeGlow, but shooting through there is the other running back.
yeah, and that being number 18, the guy that's
Aaron
in motion
Jackson.
a lot, Aaron Jackson, who has 423 yards. But did you see what they did there, Gary? They sent DeGlow in the opposite direction.
And
everybody followed him.
Yep, and that's just good coaching from Fairmont as they get set with the extra point. 3:38 left in this ball game. It's going to be over before your bedtime.
If that's the case, it should have been over at 8:30. Rom will kick. He's 26 of 29 coming into the ball game. Miller holding another high snap from center, but he gets the kick up, away, and good.
Plenty of leg on that. Watch this when we get to see it again. But on that extra point, he has a lot of room. He can kick that ball probably 30 or 40, 42 yards maybe.
He's got about a 43-yarder, yeah.
Now here's the play here. Let's see what happens. You can see this from our end zone camera from Bruce down here. Great shots from him. And they're going to line up, and can't quite see the glows on the right side of your, or on the left side of your screen. Here we go.
Now he heads the other way. Look at him.
Look at this hole. Boom, boom. He stays low just like a submarine and goes in for the score. That's hard to defend. I'm sorry. There's not a whole lot you can do in there because he stays so low. And you got to remember, a lot of the defenders like Roland Brown, linebacker for Springfield, these are big guys, and when you stay low, you don't know where he is.
Well, you get lost.
He's in the end zone.
Yeah.
So 3 minutes to go for Springfield to try to get this game somewhat under control by getting a score before halftime.
They need a score. You're absolutely right. And also, let's give credit to Chris Thompson on that touchdown, too. He was the blocker, number 11 out front.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Great job.
Good point, yep. Teamwork.
Kip. It rolls along the ground, takes a nice thing. Coming up with the football is Tolliver. Tolliver heading to the far side of the field. A little bit of opening, and then he is tripped up and goes out of bounds at about the 30-yard line, I believe. I thought maybe
There it is. Here's on the replay. He comes around the left side, and nice open field tackle.
That is.
That was just a nice dive. Scooting across there was Marquise Williams. And for Fairmont, he's played a really good game.
28-yard line.
You just saw him in the background. And you can see that rain has not let up. And our windows are beaded right now with rain. We have a couple slides open here, but it's chilly and raining.
Oh, when are you going to get chilly, Mike?
Oh, he jumped off sides. There's a flag. It was funny. The official threw the flag, and Larry Stevens tried to catch it in midair. Let's go for the ball instead of the flag.
Now,
there we
second down, or first down and 5. This is where you get that quick pass over the middle and just let him run. And we're talking about if you can hit Michael Brown-Stevens, it may be all over with.
It's one thing you see a lot more in the GWAC is those passes over the middle.
Yes.
You get in some of the other conferences, and they kind of back away from that. But let's see if they let these receivers go loose and he gets protection.
All right, Moss calling the signals. High snap. Fakes the handoff, keeps the football. He has no running room, wants to switch, did a nice reverse move, and he is going to be down all the way back at about the original line of scrimmage, the 28-yard line.
Again, watch him come around the right side. You're in trouble. Turn back and throw the ball out of bounds or towards your receivers over here. Don't take that loss.
Boy, he sure did. All right, the ball is not 38 but 39-yard line. Going to bring up second down and 9 yards to go for the first down. In the backfield all by himself is Moss. Looking over to the sideline.
3 men down only for Fairmont. Look at that.
Yeah, they've been playing that the last couple times.
Right, look at this. And they're dropping everybody back knowing those passes are coming. Man-to-man all the way across the screen.
And safeties and corners all up tight.
Short pass. Oh, no one there.
Yeah,
miscommunication there. Who was looking at that? Was
Michael
Brown
Stevens, yeah, because he looked back real quick like, who made that mistake?
And he's got the speed.
Yeah,
Michael Brown Stevenson. I would do a curl route where he comes out on that if he can get time, and then just send him loose down the middle.
Yeah.
And then put that ball up and let him run under it, because right now we have 2:36. You need a first down. It's third down now. That ball's going to be in the air again.
Okay, now you got to get that first down. Stevens is down low. He's on the bottom of your screen. Moss calling the signals, waits for that snap, goes back. Not much of a rush, looking down the middle and overthrew everybody. Actually, it was closest to Ryan Hall, who leads the GWAC in interceptions with 5. He almost had his 6th one.
And I'm not so sure that his hand is not really feeling too good, because Raheem Moss has come to the sideline and he's not real pleased with that throw. But again, it's rainy, it's wet. Watch this ball.
Did it slip out?
Yeah, look at it. It's kind of a wounded duck coming out of there. I think it might have slipped out of his hands, to tell you the truth.
He's lucky he threw it like that because it just missed everybody.
Gibson back to punt here.
All right, he'll stand back at almost his 15-yard line.
See if this ball explodes.
Needs to get a good one. That's a nice kick.
Nice kick. good roll. Look
Yeah,
at that
that's
roll.
a real good roll. Is coming over, faking that he was going to catch it, was Chase Fugate, and they weren't buying that as the ball went all the way down to the 22-yard line. Great kick for Springfield. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 for Fairmont. They've got 2 minutes and 21 seconds to move almost the length of the field.
Well, we've seen almost 2 fumbles. One fumble by DeGlow that wasn't called.
Yeah.
Another one where he was kind of bobbled. This would be key for Springfield to get a turnover down here and go into the locker room only down 7 points.
Well, you brought up a good point, Gary. They need to get that defensive stop, and they need to pick up an interception. Need to pick up, of course, they're not going to intercept this clean. Probably just pick up a fumble. They have to have something on defense. DeGlow goes back into the back at the tail of the 10. Handing it off to the first man through there, and that's the guy that scored the touchdown, Aaron Jackson.
Sherrock in on that tackle again. He's playing a great game for Springfield. He and Gibson seem to be all around the ball, along with Moses Douglas, as the clock's going down to 2 minutes here, and we don't have a 2-minute warning in high school football. Look at them look over there to the sideline. Now they're kind of picking it up, Lee.
A little bit, yeah. But once they do, then they look back over. Yeah.
It's kind of like the first time going on a bike ride when your mom says, "Be careful," and you come look back.
Yeah, and you look back and fall off the cliff. Thompson heading in motion. Now he's going to stop, and we've got a whistle.
It's timeout. Yeah.
They went. That looked a little bit
the training wheels weren't working.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it's.
But the scoreboard shows they are working pretty well.
Yeah, they're working real good to the tune of 14-0. Now this is a team, as Gary had mentioned, that knocked off the number 1 team in their bracket, Alter. They knocked them off in the first game of the year, and then just had a tough time last week against Centerville. I think they may have been looking ahead. Look at this. Online survey says, and so far it's not going the way of the Wildcats. Our football is showing that it's a 94% that Springfield's going to win. Still could. And 6% for Fairmont, but Fairmont's making it look good. Online survey, which you can vote. Look at the voters.
I think that came from Centerville as well. You have that defeat last week, and that was Centerville's first win. It's kind of like the team that loses first to the Browns is like, feel terrible. Don't show up next week.
Well, I had to smack you with my back of my hand. The Browns are okay this year. Yeah, they'll get better.
The kick's up, it's good.
Yeah, it's not. Oh, DeGlow, he's going to try to get that corner, and he just keeps going.
He just is just fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because he's not very big. When you look at DeGlow, he's 5'10", but here's the weight that's deceiving, 194. And I don't, I think he's probably a little less than that, but to go that fast at 200 pounds is pretty remarkable.
Well, he's got quick feet.
Oh.
That doesn't mean you're a sprinter, but he's got the quick feet, and people just seem to fall off of him. Third down now, 3rd down and 4. 63 seconds remaining in this first half, and the guys with ball right down there, they've got the lead. Fairmont 14-0.
Get this ball off with 45 seconds left to go.
A lot of time. 8 seconds remaining, now down to 7 on the play clock. Down to 5. Miller looks at that play clock, says, let's just keep it real slow. He keeps the football after the fake to DeGlow, and he'll get it across the 30 to about the 31.5 yard line. So it's still going to be a little bit short by about a half a yard.
Doesn't really matter now because it's down to 28 seconds.
4th down and 1. And they can take all the time in the world that they want. Play clock at 20 seconds, 20 seconds.
It would match that they can run it all the way out and go in the locker room and get dry.
Yeah, and that's probably what they're going to be doing.
Yeah, the clock's matched exactly.
So Miller gets out underneath center. Man starts in motion, and Springfield wants a timeout. I think that timeout was called maybe way too late, but still 7 seconds remaining in this first half, and a 14-0 lead for Fairmont. Don't forget, you need to get a hold of these numbers here for Dish and for DirecTV, because they tell you you're going to get local stuff. Half the time you don't. Probably 90% of the time you don't. If you don't have WRCX television in your cable lineup, call your provider, and right there you see them. If you're on Dish or you're Direct, and get it. We want WRCX TV. So you got the numbers right there. And don't forget to keep watching YouTube as well, because you'll hear the golden tones of Lee Riley and Gary Littell.
Watching the coaches out there with the 7 seconds left, and Raheem Moss is kind of walking the sidelines. He is not a happy camper.
No, he's not. He's not.
And
but I don't think he's, like you had mentioned, up to par right now.
Well, you got to make those good decisions, especially now as you head into the tournament time. Don't lose yardage for your team. You might try to do all you want, but you're also setting yourself up for getting hurt.
Yeah, because you want to
get blindsided like that, Lee. It could be all she wrote.
All over with. As again, they have no reason why to punt.
They should just go up there and another timeout. This is silly, guys. There's 7 seconds left to go. Go in the locker room.
Wow, yeah. But
7 seconds, you get the first down, and then what happens? The quarter's over. The half's over.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we've got Security National Bank's Throw for Dough. And you see our ladies, our cheerleaders that are going to be throwing for that dough. Amy Haskins for the Firebirds of Fairmont, and Asia Mays of the Wildcats of Springfield. That's coming your way at halftime. $500. $500 will go to the athletic departments if the cheerleaders can throw it through the Throw for Dough banner.
Yeah, let's see if we can get it.
Now they're going to line up for a punt.
There we go.
And jumping in there to punt the football away is Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall, not bad. He's kicked the ball a lot this year. He's averaging about 40 yards a punt.
Not enough time.
It went through. Let's see. They got to get him down before the time runs out.
Oh, my gosh. He's going to get
out. Yeah. Look, they finally got him, and that's the end of as he went down to the ground, that ended the third quarter of action with the Firebirds of Fairmont leading our Wildcats of Springfield to the tune of 14-0. Coming up, we'll take a look at the first half, and we'll be throwing for dough from Evans Stadium as the Springfield Wildcats hosting the Kettering Fairmont Firebirds on local TV for me, Sports Network.